Dad, what did we learn about Kyle Shanahan in this game?
Okay. I know you say that the defense won it more than the offense. Fine. Absolutely. In my past observations of Kyle, and I've been critical of him, I feel he's stubborn.
Mm.
That he wants to run his system. He wants to use his guys, and I feel he's a black and white kind of guy. It's either this guy, oh, he's hurt, then it's the other guy. In this, he showed shades of gray, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to say that's an analogy for being creative.
Mm-hmm.
When all is lost, including your tight end, what do you got? What's your plan B? Do you have a plan B? He had a plan B, and
It
he
would
had a
have been easy
plan
to not
C.
have a plan B when Kittle went down. Be like, well, what do you expect from us?
Yeah, he could have
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, what do you want?" But
Our game plan was all around Kittle. We're out of guys.
we're out of guys. But instead, he showed such creativity. I'm going to say another thing: guts. He showed guts. It's like nothing could get him down. I lose Kittle. All right, I'll use the fullback. I'm not gonna. I'm
And I'm
gonna go
not
down.
scared of Vic Fangio. I'm not scared of Vic Fangio. He owned him. Owned him.
Iggy, tell me how he owned him.
I mean, first drive of the game, the long pass to Demarcus Robinson. Then later on in the first half, the long pass to Jawan Jennings. They had long passes to Kyle Juszczyk. There was a long pass from the wide receiver to the running back. I mean, he was finding ways left and right to create big plays against defense that was more talented than his offense.
Yeah,
He was getting slow wide receivers 45-yard gains down the field that they had no business getting because of the space he created.
I'm going to say something else. I've watched him be their coach for 10 seasons. I think this was his best game.
I think that's I think that's fair. I mean, he didn't score them he didn't score 40 points, but again, he was going up against Vic Fangio on the road. They were rested. His team lost Kittle mid-game, didn't have Pearsall, two of the slower wide receivers in the league, and he's having big plays. I mean, Purdy really wasn't under a lot of pressure. Everything about the offense was working pretty well. The running game wasn't working, but he found a way around it.
Yeah, so I'd say all things considered, one, what the game meant. It would have meant the season was over if they lost. And the players they came in without, and then losing Kittle, not being able to run the ball, which is really significant. He worked all around it. He showed such a flexibility and imagination. From my point of view, this is his golden moment. This was his A+ coaching game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was. It was. There's something I wanted to say, but I forgot. I'm a little tired. But
you have every right to be tired.
Yeah. Is there anything else we could say about what we learned about Kyle Shanahan in this game?
Okay, I do want to say one other thing. My issue with him is he has not been able to close out games where he's been ahead. Yeah. I think he still needs to address that. So I didn't learn that. I'm really hoping that he's made that leap. I'm not rooting against him. In fact, I'm kind of rooting for him. But I still think that's an area he needs to address. But he's come very close in this game yesterday.
I think it's interesting that Kittle goes down and the offense is fine. And every week someone else goes down. You're like, all right, this is the injury that this team cannot overcome. There hasn't been that injury yet. They've lost a lot of people, and they're still chugging along. They lost their quarterback for a while. They were fine. The one constant this year really has been Christian McCaffrey. Is he their MVP, or is it just Kyle?
Okay, well, you have to name
because they didn't have Christian much last year, and last year was a disaster, but it was bigger than that.
Yeah. I would have to say Christian is the MVP, and it's interesting. He's the same as Kyle. Kyle got over, and Salah, both of them got over the limitations of their players and won. McCaffrey is getting over his own limitations because
Yep.
he's not a good running back anymore.
No.
He's average or maybe below average.
Hell of a
But
receiver.
yes, he's a hell of a player, but not a
Yeah.
hell of a running back. And he's the most valuable player, I believe, on the team, except for maybe Diamond Lenore, who's really something. But
Yep.
let's just say for offense. And so, in spite of what he can't do, and there's things he can't do, he overcompensates for what he can do, and it's so encouraging to watch.
Doesn't that make this team so interesting? Like their best player is a running back who averages less than 4 yards a carry, who most
It
games
makes
is averaging about 3 yards a carry, and he's their best player, and they may not be able to win without him. It's incredible.
it is it's incredible, and it's something I don't quite understand.
That's
It
why I
doesn't
like
add-
this team so much, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff I don't quite understand about this team.
Right. You know what I mean? It's hard to
They should
understand.
not be this good. Yes.
Right.
But like when you go back and look at the Eagles, there was no way the Eagles were going to beat that team because the Eagles aren't. They never were a team this year. They were a team last year. This year, they're not a team. And to beat the Niners, you have to be solid and talented, which Seattle is. That's going to be a tougher test. Doesn't mean the Niners can't win, but I feel like there was a little bit of a slow season-long implosion that finally finished in Philly. Was that yesterday? Yesterday.
You
The
know
team
what?
stunk.
Philly's history. We don't need to talk about them.
History.
The teams that lose, their history, they're not in the conversation anymore. That's how fast it happens.